What's up, girl? High five? Thanks, girl. What's up, Penny? Weird dog. Weird. Now, a lot of people are wanting to travel, but things have been weird lately. I actually have never had a passport before, and I've always wanted one. I've always wanted to travel. I've always wanted to do some cool stuff like that, but just never did it. So I finally, this year, was gonna do it, and then everything shut down. It didn't stop me from at least taking some necessary steps to ensure that I could travel when I can, or when I could next. So I went in and I applied, I made my appointment. The post office was still allowing for in-person appointments to do your passport, which I was, again, this is in the beginning. I made this appointment and went in May. It was May 5th actually that I went and did all of the paperwork, got my picture taken, submitted all the whatever was needed. And even though they let me do the application, send it in, they took my money, they cashed the check, everything. The lady even said at the post office, she said, I don't know when you're gonna get your passport. It could be a couple of months, it could be the end of the year, we don't know. So it was just a waiting game. But regardless, she was super nice, helped me get everything figured out. Obviously never had a passport before, like I said. So new to all this, still a great experience. And I was super hyped to be actually doing it. So now that all the paperwork's in, I'm waiting patiently for the actual passport to come in. More importantly, is I'm watching the tracker online, and the longest time, for a couple weeks, actually for probably a good month, it just said application cannot be found, and that was a little worrisome. And then all of a sudden I went to in processing, and then I felt a little bit better, but it was stuck at in processing for a very long time, or what felt like forever. Then all of a sudden one morning I wake up and I've got email confirmation saying that it's been accepted and that it's been shipped, and here we go. Now, between the time that I applied and the time that I got that email, it was probably 11 weeks or so, 10, 11 weeks. So didn't happen fast, but once that application status said that it was in process, it did speed up a little bit. I know that they were short-staffed and they were trying to ramp things up shortly, or they were trying to ramp things up as fast as they could, and they did a good job of it, I think. I mean, it actually wasn't that long of a wait. And now, we got a passport. It took some time to get it, but finally showed up. Kind of excited to try it out for the first time. So, start to finish, I want to say it took about 11 weeks, which really isn't that bad, especially with everything going on in the world right now. They were super short-staffed, and I knew that going into it, but I knew that I also want to do some type of traveling this year. Probably won't be anything super crazy just because of everything that's going on right now, but we're gonna try to do something. Whether that's just going to another country and working remotely from an Airbnb, sitting on the beach, away from everybody. Gotta do something this year. Put some stamps in this, or however that works, I'm not sure yet. We're definitely gonna get some use out of it this year. We did actually do a little bit of traveling this year. We went up to the mountains with motorcycles and a good group of friends, and just tore up the mountain roads. And it was a blast. It was a great trip just to get away from our typical day-to-day city life and go enjoy the wilderness, the mountains, the trees, the fresh air. Everything about it was amazing. It was great, but it wasn't out of the country. It didn't require a passport to travel to, which is something that I've always wanted to do, and now we're going to do it. So if you applied this year and you're still waiting for your passport, I think even for like renewals too, I'm not an expert on this by any means, but even renewals are taking some extended amount of time. But looking for some type of like a time frame at least as to when to expect your renewal or your passport, it's about 11 weeks. If you applied in May, expect it to come soon. It's on its way. Check the tracker online and just keep an eye on it. Fingers crossed, it's coming soon, I promise. Penny, 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 Penny. Oh, hi.